And Tradcons are like, oh, why do young men want to be like these guys? Why don't they want to get married at 23 like me? I have a net worth of 800 grand.
You are not a guy of higher status. You want me because your nigga lying. I begin.
Bro, the watch Wes is wearing costs more than most of your parents' houses. See how embodied impressiveness enrages not just the people on the left. Like Andrew Tate enraged mostly people on the left who were deformed for obvious reasons. But these ultra high performance men, again, objectively speaking, you can't argue if they're high performance. Making $50,000 in a single day is not easy. Having a body in the top physical 1% is not easy. Having a watch that costs $500,000 on your wrist is not easy. I did not anticipate the extent that Tradcons would get upset with embodiments of masculinity, because that's sort of their brand, right? It's like, we're masculine because we're more masculine than the left. We're more men than the left, right? There's a Matt Walsh is the embodiment of a real man. But then when you ever see it, like the camera zoomed out, he's actually not that tall. He's kind of skinny. He's definitely nothing compared to Andrew Tate physically, or this guy physically, Wes physically. But that's, I think, why they get upset. Why they're enraged, because it's like a third species shows up, right? Because for a long time it's just binary. It's the leftists who are, everyone knows they're physically weak and destroyed, and you know, all the conservative men look really like essentially SEAL Team 6 compared to these guys. But then the new breed shows up of guys like this who are actually high performance, and when you compare in every single domain Matt Walsh to Andrew Tate, it's almost a bigger delta than the delta between him and these liberal soy boys, and that's why they're mad. Behind the scenes footage of basically what I've discovered to be the embodiment of masculine performance that for some reason enrages all the Tradcons. When I made a video about this guy and how he was objectively more impressive than this, you know, overweight freak who was saying the keys to success are reading books and playing video games with your kids, and the Tradcons just lost their mind. It's like, oh my god, it's not better to be rich, it's not better to be important, you should be fat playing video games with your children. And then what do we see? We see this video right here, where they're pulling up in Lambos, talking about being on the private jets. Anyway, I'm just gonna play the video, and I'm gonna show you the dichotomy here. The solution for young men, and I'm talking about young men. I'm not talking about the boomers that are 40, 50 years old who are already too old to even relearn how to operate in the world because they don't have the internet, they don't have the humbleness, the humility to look at men more impressive than them and learn from them. Many people already lost causes. As a matter of fact, you're probably a lost cause if you're over 40 years old and you looked at Andrew Tate and got jealous. There were two men on this Fresh and Fit panel that were obviously head and shoulders above the rest, and just in terms of objective masculine performance. Physical shape, finances. The guy that enraged them the most was Wes, who makes $50,000 on a bad day. But then there's also this guy. So I wanted to show you guys this video.
You say they trapping, they ain't so the thing. Need to switch your lane. Bad bitches see me and they faint. Yeah.
See behind the scenes, right?
She let me fuck with no complaint.
This is backstage. You can see Wes. Oh, I know the Tradcons are already just losing their minds, right? But
what's up?
You can see.
Fresh off the jet from fucking.
Look who it is. Fat boy over there, stomach bulging out of his shirt. If you notice, by the way, he got made fun of for a week after this event straight. He started wearing shirts that contained his stomach. It was really funny. I made a video about this, but he recorded a video for me with his daughter. It was really weird, and some could argue perverted. But I noticed the shirt really just contained his stomach. It didn't do much to hide it, but it looked better than this. So he's learned something at least.
Where were you at?
First off, the yacht in Cancun, you know what I'm saying? Like, straight to the jet, straight to Miami, bro. It's a movie.
Bro, they're talking about, oh yeah, I got off my yacht. Next, I got on my jet to fly here. And Tradcons are like, oh, why do young men want to be like these guys? Why don't they want to get married at 23 like me? I have a net worth of 800 grand.
You are not a guy of higher status.
You want me because your nigga lying. I begin.
Bro, the watch Wes is wearing costs more than most of your parents' houses. See how embodied impressiveness enrages not just the people on the left. Like Andrew Tate enraged mostly people on the left who were deformed for obvious reasons. But these ultra high performance men, again, objectively speaking, you can't argue if they're high performance. Making $50,000 in a single day is not easy. Having a body in the top physical 1% is not easy. Having a watch that costs $500,000 on your wrist is not easy. I did not anticipate the extent that Tradcons would get upset with embodiments of masculinity, because that's sort of their brand, right? It's like, we're masculine because we're more masculine than the left. We're more men than the left, right? There's a Matt Walsh is the embodiment of a real man. But then when you ever see it, like the camera zoomed out, he's actually not that tall. He's kind of skinny. He's definitely nothing compared to Andrew Tate physically, or this guy physically, Wes physically. But that's, I think, why they get upset. why they're enraged, because it's like a third species shows up, right? Because for a long time it's just binary. It's the leftists who are, everyone knows they're physically weak and destroyed, and you know, all the conservative men look really like essentially SEAL Team 6 compared to these guys. But then the new breed shows up of guys like this who are actually high performance. And when you compare in every single domain, Matt Walsh to Andrew Tate, it's almost a bigger delta than the delta between him and these liberal soy boys. And that's why they're mad. The Daily Wire, Tradcons, I don't know if Crowder falls into this. I don't think Crowder resents masculine men because he had on Brian Shaw a while back and he seemed to really respect Brian Shaw, right? But most conservative guys who are like 30 and older, 40 and older, you have to adapt or you're going to lose my generation.
You ain't fucking, I ain't gonna hold you, go.
It's nothing personal. We just don't want to be like you. We'd rather be like Andrew Tate. We'd rather have a $500,000 watch. We'd rather have muscles. And if you can't understand that, you're the equivalent of a leftist.
I ain't kicking shit with the lame ass nigga wanna talk shit, but low key broke. Used to have to stay warm from a
Wait, damn. I want to see that car again.
shit with the lame ass nigga.
Damn.
Nigga wanna talk shit, but low key broke.
Bro, that's actually crazy.
Used to have to stay warm from a stove.
SVJ.
We ain't never going back down that road.
If you lie to yourself and tell yourself this is not high performance, you are the equivalent of a leftist. I want to just really drive this home. If you say that your Honda is equivalent to this car, you are a leftist. If you say that your car is equivalent to $1 million Rolls Royce, you are a leftist. That is the same as a leftist saying men can get pregnant. That is equivalent.
South Memphis nigga ballin', I get every penny. 20 pointers in my mouth, they shout out to my dentist. I just did a meet and greet and signed a couple.
Oh, you notice also how
Sometimes
sometimes there will be like memes created where it's
shout
like
out to my
comparing lifestyles, where it's like, oh, having a family, a man, you know, in a plaid shirt, he has a family around him, versus a man on a yacht surrounded by supermodels, and it's like, which did you choose? And it's pretending as though they're equivalent. It's like, you didn't have an option to choose because being on a yacht that costs $10 million surrounded by supermodels that adore you is actually a lot harder than starting a family. You couldn't have chosen to just do that. They're not equally difficult. And these Tradcons are coping, thinking to themselves, oh yeah, and their plaid shirts like they're Matt Walsh, like, yeah, I really chose to start a family rather than be on a yacht that costs $100 million, adored by multiple supermodels. You're lying to yourself. They're not equally hard. And you know what? And you know what the kicker is? The men on those yachts, like Wes, for instance, has a family too. So he has what you have, and he's outperforming you in all these other domains. Bro, the Tradcons cannot cope, dude. They cannot cope.
I just did a meet and greet and signed a couple.
Bro, all of this enrages them because they know that they're not performing to this level. Stop being like the leftists and adapt. Bro, that's so cool. That's an SVJ. That car costs $700,000. Oh, but that's not important. I would never spend that much on a car. That's because you don't have the option to. You're too poor. I mean, I feel like this was just common sense even 5 years ago. But do I really have to explain this? The reason why these cars are cool, the reason why, you know, you and your dad would take pictures of, oh, wow, look on the highway, look, that's a Ferrari. Oh, wow, that's a Lamborghini. And you would take pictures. The reason why you do that is because they're a symbol, and women don't care, right? They're not like, oh, look, a Ferrari, let's take a picture. The reason why men care is because it's a symbol of masculine performance. But all of a sudden, the Tradcons can't accept that. It's like, oh my gosh, Lamborghini? That's equivalent to my Honda.
Let's do it.
For those of you who didn't see the infamous video, they're bringing on a panel of high-performance men to teach the young men in the crowd how to better themselves in objective domains like finance, like fitness, like becoming more important, increasing your status, etc. That's what Fresh and Fit is all about. But they brought on this Tradcon who said the way to achieve success is to read books and play video games with your kids while his stomach was bulging out of his shirt. That's just a quick synopsis. Those are the footnotes.
Janos, what's up? Yeah. What's up, fool? My man Janos is here.
Oh, he's looking. He knows. Oh, this is so great. We finally see behind the scenes. This fat loser is looking at these guys talking about, yeah, I just got off my yacht. Yeah, I just got off my jet. Yeah, what's up? I pulled up in the Rolls. You saw it? Oh, I pulled up in the SVJ.
Here, fresh off the jet from fucking, where were you at?
Fresh off the yacht.
Look, as soon as he talks about the jet, he looks away.
In Cancun, you know what I'm saying? Like, straight to the jet, straight to Miami, bro. It's a movie.
Fuck it. You don't stop. You can't stop this motherfucker. After all your hosts,
Bro, it's literally like high school. It's like the losers are off in the corner, right? And I'm not saying if you ever stood off to the side, you know, at a party, you're a loser. I'm saying it's like the loser corner. You all know what I'm talking about. There is a loser corner always. It's like the losers are off in the corner. Fresh and Fit are over here because they're the organizers of the show, and the winners are over here talking about how they're winning.
Fucking asses. They shadow by me, bro. Fucking asses.
You're ready to ban your whole page.
I can't post it,
You're
bro.
ready to be OnlyFans. You have to be on Rumble, bro.
I couldn't resist it, bro.
Oh, shirt says "Rip, Rich, and Rare." I didn't notice that on the first video. He keeps, that's like his slogan, and it's a good slogan.
This level, if you're not operating from purpose and driven, and I mean, we showed him how to drop all the bullshit.
No, bro, you should be playing video games with your kids. Mario Kart.
Now look at his life. Right, there's three or four Bugatti owners in Miami. We got 2 of them right here.
Exactly.
I mean, it's just what it is.
Dude, to argue with this is to be a leftist, is to be feminine.
It's what it is.
How many
Same
live?
Arguing with results is feminine.
How many live like we live? How many share what we live? How many teach other people how to win? That's the thing. You know, a man is no mess about what he has. It's what he gives to the world. What is he able to make other people to do? You know, we win, bro. It's easy. Wake up, we do it. What about you? That's the thing that you gotta do.
Tradcons are supposed to be about reality. I am really going to hammer this home. They're supposed to care about objective truth, reality. But when you compare them in any measurable metric to these guys, do it. Seriously, any metric, including family. These guys can provide more resources to the families that they have than most Tradcons. These guys are more connected than Tradcons. These guys are in better shape than most Tradcons. These guys are admired by more women, respected by more men than most Tradcons. Adapt. You see what I'm saying? Adapt. We must create the new version of the ideal man. And it has combinations of the Tradcon tendencies with these guys. I'm not saying these guys have everything to offer. I'm saying adapt. Have the conversation. Use logic and reason. These guys are willing to use logic and reason. The Tradcons are femininely denying reality when they're like, oh, my Honda's as good as his Ferrari. No one believes that, okay?
Welcome to the first Fresh and Fit live show in Miami, fucking Florida, man.
Backpack, $50 in my bank account. Here we are. What can you do, bro? You live in the US. You motherfuckers are lucky. I'm from Spain. I work my ass off in Europe, dude. You guys are fucking lucky. This shit is too easy. I came 7 years ago. I was living in a hostel. Now I'm living in a $22 million mansion. I have Lamborghini in my wrist. People here flexing Lambos rented. Those are brokies, dude.
Bro, again, objectively impressive. If you deny it, you're feminine.
Gotta level it up.
You are literally a reality-denying feminine leftist if you say this is not impressive.
Well said, brother. Well said. All right.
Also, that's a victory story, notice. He said, I came here with $50, now I live in a mansion that costs $22 million. That's a victory story.
My definition of success is across the board. If you're not ripped, if you're not rich, if you ain't rare, if you don't stand out, if you ain't across the board successful, it doesn't mean fucking shit to me. If you got straight tits and you're in your Rolls Royce, you look like a fucking clown to me. I'm just laughing at your dumb fucking ass. But this is the whole fucking point. You have a weakness. Change it, motherfucker. How the fuck are you gonna lead people?
Bro, that's a Tradcon answer. That's something that people should get on board with. You have a weakness, confront it. Masculine response.
You don't realize your weakness is their way out. They're not gonna listen to you.
Right, take responsibility for your life. Face your weaknesses.
You're sitting there possessing shit that they don't want to have. So, I mean, this is what people say. Oh, it's not about the money, it's about family, Wes. It's about this, about that. Motherfucker, when you're making money, it's about the money. When it's family, it's about family. When you're at the gym, it's about muscle.
Coherent response.
I roll in most rooms with successful entrepreneurs, and it's pathetic. They'll have like a before and after picture of their fitness shit, and their after picture looks like their before pic. And I'm like, motherfucker, you're not embarrassed of this shit? Like, you have enough money, and that's what you put out. You're that big of a pussy. Like, I just can't get behind anything that's not done at a high level.
That is, if you argue with that, if you're upset by what he just said, you are a loser.
Get raped up the ass.
You've never been to prison.
That's what happens.
You don't know.
They go to prison where they get raped.
Now you get your ass.
Look at how feminine this guy is. I mean, no one wants to be like him, you see? Look how feminine he looks. Stomach bulging out of his shirt.
You think that that's better?
Let's let him give his definition of success.
It's so feminine.
Having tits and 10-inch arms is what a man is. Please don't listen to that.
It's not just feminine, it's juvenile. It's like adult versus child. Adult versus infant.
Okay, why you want to start a hedge fund?
I've been investing since I was 17, and I just figured enjoy it greatly.
What are you going to do with that money?
Exactly. What do you want the money for?
Well, one of the things, I don't want to give too much info, but I hope to run for office, but I don't want to sell my soul like many politicians.
Not as a Democrat, right?
Hopefully as an independent, but more realistically, I don't want to get the side just for advancement.
Then you really got to stay clean, my friend. If you want to be a politician, you really got to stay clean. Because in this social media world, you're going to pull up old pictures of you partying, all this shit. Like, you got to really... That right there is motivation to stay clean and not do dumb shit and stay away from drugs and alcohol, even more so if you want to be a politician.
Bro, you got it? No,
Bro, they're giving young men aspiring advice. And look at this guy, this fat, overweight, feminine guy just looking off in the distance. All these men are focused on, how can I give this guy advice? How can I give him value? And they all do. Anyway, this really just shows the dichotomy between men who have taken the future with both hands and said, I'm going to improve myself in every way possible, and those who say that that's not good. As a matter of fact, if you say that message of better yourself in every way so that you can master the world, so that you can be in a better situation no matter what, even if you don't get to where you want to be, but you get closer, that is so objectively good. The only type of people that would say that's wrong is people who are nihilistic and hate themselves. The Tradcons gotta adapt. They have to adapt. They have to adapt.
Would it make you a better version of you to be weight fit or a worse version?
Simple question, objective answer.
Myron always says a strong body is a strong mind, and I admire that.
What do you say? What Myron says? What do you say, bro?
I agree. Yeah.
So next time just say I agree, bro.
Thank you.
So you're better than where you're at, bro. Sit down.
Nice. Nice, well done.
You don't have to. I didn't, and I'm past all these motherfuckers by far.
Damn! Bro, that's true.
Straight up.
That's true, objectively speaking.
Dollar signs and number amounts. I need to see monetary results. I need to see veins, gains. I need to see stacks. Show me your bitch. Show me your whip. Show me that you ain't got tits and I got your back. Mic drop, motherfucker.
Let's go.
Peace. Ladies and gentlemen.
Nice. Well done. Good way to end it. Notice how the actual men that have their stuff together, the muscles together, you know, talk, they network, they immediately have reciprocal respect for each other because they know what each other went through to get those muscles. It's really interesting.
Then we gotta go talk to the guys.
Yeah. Again, all the high status impressive men taking a picture together. The fat guy, nowhere to be seen, probably changing shirts.
See you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey, bro.
Gotta go smash.
Nice to see you, man.
Yeah.
Let me
Love
take
you,
you
dog.
out.
Oh, but my Honda's the same. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Let's go.